Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Mid-Atlantic Mauling League's Dungeonbowl semifinals. We're in semifinal number 2 this afternoon, and boy, this bracket's shaping up to be another run back between two teams, but the BoLieve Broncos have got to get through one more to make that happen. This afternoon, we're going to have Odin it's Nuffle versus BoLieve Broncos, Clivius versus BB Nut. We've got Norse versus Nurgle. Let's see how this bracket has shaped up. Before we take a look at look at this, by the way. Look at this, 500. This is going to be a very expensive mistake if this roll goes poorly. Let's take a look at the bracket before we take a look at these two teams. If said I roll a 6, oh boy. Oh, Nuffle is with you. Oh, SPV with the sub. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. I genuinely do appreciate it a lot here. Oh, what did I do to my wrist? You know what? This is aging. Is what this is. Anyway, thank you very much for the sub. Oh, in the first quarterfinals of this bracket, Philosopher's Song faced off against Technobabble Inc. That was Spire's Lizardman team against my human team. Technobabble Inc. won 2-0, advancing to the semifinals. Quarterfinal number 2 saw Moob's Dark Elves of the NC Snakes face off against Festoon's Necromantic Horror of MAML Nightmare. The Snakes won that one 1-0 to advance to the semifinals. The Gutterballs faced off against Odin it's Nuffle. That was El Nurunu's Orc team against Clavius' Norse team. The Norse team won it 2-1. And then the BoLieve Broncos defeated the Discomancers, BB Nuts Nurgle team versus Ian's Necro team. The Broncos won that one 2-0. In semifinal number 1 of this bracket, Technobabble Inc. faced off against the NC Snakes, and the NC Snakes took the win in turn 16, 2-1 to advance to the finals once again. And now in our second semifinal, the BoLieve Broncos are facing off against Odin and Snuffle. If the BoLieve Broncos win this game tonight, they'll advance to the finals for the third time, and they're going to be looking to be the first three-peat champion in the season here in the Mid-Atlantic Mauling League. The NC Snakes, of course, looking to finally capture a win against the Broncos in a finals. All of the teams you see here in this bracket may advance to the Blood Bowl. If the BoLieve Broncos lose tonight, 7 teams are going to advance to the Blood Bowl. Otherwise, 15 teams are going to advance to the Blood Bowl, including every single team here on this bracket. So I'm sure coaches have teams they're rooting for here this evening. The Odin and Snuffle will be the home team to start with. There are 14 on the roster. They've got both Wolf Winners, those are the Strength 4 players, 2 Valkyries. They have 2 Beer Boars and a bunch of linemen. 15 teams, yes indeed. You know, Cobblestorm, who's laughing now? That's right. Who's laughing now? That's right. You're laughing now. One Apothecary, 6 dedicated fans, 3 re-rolls. That's going to bring their team to 1,480,000 gold. They're going to be up against the Nurgle of the BoLieve Broncos. 13 on the roster. Everyone's starting here this evening. All 4 Pestigores on the roster. All 4 bloaters, a rot spawn, and 4 linemen. 1 cheerleader, 7 dedicated fans, and 3 rerolls will bring their TV to 1,780,000 gold. That's 300,000 gold in petty cash going to the Norse team tonight. How are these two teams going to play tonight? I think on paper there's a favorite, and I think that's the Broncos. The Broncos here, a kill team. You can see they have the 4 Pestigores. They have horns that gives them a strength of 4 on their blitzes. Lots of block and tackle on the roster. Lots of guard and mighty blow. JD Whitey, of course, has tackle and claw on top of that. MA8 on Bonix. Adds 2 on JD Whitey. And then, of course, the Rot Spawn with these tentacles here can lock down players. This is a devastating team. This is an absolutely devastating team. It is when not only is it a kill team, but it's up against a team with low armor value. So I think on paper the Broncos are the favorite here tonight. Not just because of the number two seed, but also because this is a tough roster to go up against. So let's talk about how this Norse team might compete against this killer Norse team. Number 1, the passing game's off the table, right? All that disturbing presence means that these 2 Valkyries, while they are passers and can throw to each other, have passing catch, probably not going to happen tonight. This is a team that's a glass cannon team. They have low armor value, but they have lots of block. They want to hit. They have lots of frenzy as well. But up against this team, man, this Norse, or I'm sorry, this Nurgle team, this is tough, right? You don't want to give these blocks up to this Nurgle team. Frenzy kind of makes you give up those blocks, right? You have to follow up. This is a team that wants to punch, right? They have lots of block. They want to punch, but they don't want to give up punches to the opposing team. So I think if they stand a chance tonight, it's going to be about pitch control. It's going to be about hunting down the Pestigors, and I think it's going to be leaning into the speed game a little bit. They don't have a huge speed advantage here. They have Francia with an MA of 9. They have Frisia with a strength of 4, add to 2. That can help Frisia get around as well. But I think they're going to have to... Boy, oh, it's going to be so tricky, right? It's going to be so tricky. Action order and pitch control are going to be the name of the game for Odin and Nuffle tonight. They have to... If they have to take blocks while not giving up any, right? So that means a blitz or a frenzy on a knockdown or even a block on a knockdown, but now you're no longer marked by someone else. They can't give up these blocks. If they give up these blocks, they're going to drop like flies, and once they start to lose players, it's going to be an uphill battle against this Norse team. The Pestigors are the focus for Odin and Nuffle tonight. They've really got to focus down on those Pestigors if they can. If they can't, they got to back up. That Rot Spawn is going to be targeting these Valkyries and trying to lock down one of the Valkyries with tentacles. Absolutely, for sure, 100%. The bloaters there with a strength of 4, they're going to be looking to tie down the Ulfwaners, right? They're going to go in, they're going to take the mark, they're going to say, you're going nowhere. If you want to punch somebody, you're punching me. That's going to take the Ulfwaners out of the game, and that leaves it down to these linemen and these Valkyrie, right? So the linemen are going to have to be the ones that keep the Valkyrie clear of the Rot Spawn, clear of the marks, and keeps them safe on top of that to try to get that ball in the end zone. On defense, they've really got to They've just got to stay in front of that Nurgle offense and not give up the blocks. It's just going to be tough. That Nurgle team's going to come swarming in, and they're going to take the marks. And they're either going to make you block back, which means you need to get the assists. You don't have a lot of guard on the roster. Taking those assists mean that the opposing team is deciding where you're going to end up, and that's going to break down your pitch control game. Otherwise, you just got to steer clear of it. And take what blocks you could take. Try to go in after the Pestigors with the 2 Valkyries. But if you get overly aggressive with the Valkyries, those are your real scoring threat. It's going to be really tricky. 300K in petty cash means I think they want to get another player with some speed, with some strength. I think that's a Griff Oberwald. We'll see what Clypheus decides to do here with the 300K in just a moment. But tough matchup, I think, for this Norse team. We'll see if they can pull it off. Of course, 2 great coaches. They're both here in the Dungeonbowl semifinals. Odin and Nuffle, Clypheus, a former league champion. The BoLieve Broncos, the current Chaos Cup and Spike Magazine trophy champions. This is going to be an excellent match, however it goes down. But man, I'm scared for the Norsemen. All right, enough out of me. We'll see if the 2 coaches are ready to go. We'll get this semifinal game underway. BB. Cobblestorm, Clypheus Festung, Moob, Ajax the Riot, SP Beaver. Welcome all to the stream here this afternoon. I'm supposed to clock spin. What does that mean? Oh. Sofiano, welcome to the stream. All right, here we go. All right, so the values have changed here a bit. So, BoLieve Broncos dropped a few players. It looks like Griff is not going to be on the table here for Odin and Nuffle. We'll see what they pick up in the inducement phase. Sofiana rooting for the Norse team. The Norse team with the better cheerleaders, I will say. I mean, they're both great. Oh, Zaya71 with the sub. Thank you very much for your generosity. Welcome to the stream here. Thank you very, very much. Lots of money on the table for both these teams. Odin and Nuffle will be advancing to the Blood Bowl as well as the BoLieve Broncos. So just 210K, or I'm sorry, 260K in petty cash to spend here for Odin and Nuffle. It looks like they're picking up a Cindy Pie whistle. Electrics Man with the sub as well. Thank you very much. BB Nut versus Nuffle indeed. Thank you for the generosity. I appreciate it. Thank you. Welcome to the stream, Electrics Man and Zias. Second semifinal game here. It looks like it's going to be the White Dwarf himself taking to the pitch along with Cindy Pie Whistle. All right. Here we go. Grombrindal, the White Dwarf. Also an owner of a magazine, not just a Blood Bowl coach and a Blood Bowl player. BoLieve Broncos win the coin toss, and they're going to be on offense to start. Clear skies for this game this evening. Muppets are packed with protein. 3 on the line. Grombrindal, the White Dwarf, currently the nose tackle for the defense. He has Mighty Blow. He has Block. He has Stand Firm, and of course his star player power is the Wisdom of the White Dwarf. Once per turn, if you use an adjacent player, he gains either Break Tackle, Dauntless, or Mighty Blow, or Sure Feet for the duration of the turn. So got a little bit of resiliency out of picking up a dwarf here out of the star player lineup. Cindy Pie Whistle will be the middle linebacker. She's tossing bombs at the opponent. Those bomb tosses, I don't know, man. Kind of tricky there with all that disturbing presence. But maybe he doesn't try to toss them too deep. Maybe he goes after players on the line. Sophiana, 3 streams streak. Thank you very much. Mr. Rocker Crocker on a 3 stream streak as well. Thank you very much. Sophiana says, Odin, Thor, Nuffle. Cobblestorm rooting for this Nurgle offense. Odin Nuffle set up in a box here. Still 3 on the line. Cindy Pie Whistle on the roster. With Iceland explored by Garter the Swede, the number 15 beer bore as the safety. There's the setup, giving up the wide zones. As Zophiana cheers for the Norse defense. Happy Blood Bowl Day. This is the only football-like sport happening today, right? This is it. This right here. Army Dave UK demanding death. I have to imagine you're going to see it tonight. Here's the kick. Huge bench for the Norse team. A decent bench for the Nurgle team as well. Kick right to Bonix, who will try to pick this up on a 50-50. A 1 roll on the D3 here on the solid defense. 4 players can be repositioned here for Odin and Nuffle, provided they're not on the line and marked. SP Beaver says, my neighbors did ask to use our driveway for a superb owl party, though. Really? That is a weird ask. I mean, maybe it's not so weird. I don't know. I don't know the details. Too much snow still to park in the street. Fair enough. 53 seconds to set up here on this this solid defense. Odin and Snuffle really thinking about this. They're going to reposition 2 players. They're going to move those 2 Valkyries out wide, it seems. I'm sorry, not the Valkyries. These 2 linemen here out wide. And naturally, Bonix catches the ball on the kickoff. 2-die block to get things started on the right defensive end will be a both standing result. Follow-up here is another both standing against Lozier, the number 10 rookie lineman. Finally a pal by grave mistake, looking for an 8+, but does not get it. 2-die block against the number 11 rookie lineman. This will be a knockdown. There's the armor break. Gets a stun. The rot spawn moves forward. Remember that rot spawn has tentacles. So a player trying to dodge away may not dodge away, may actually be stuck there. Here's the JD more killer Whitey blitz. He says, "Get out of here! You've been in the magazine game too long. You have no idea what you're up against." One-man player advantage now for the BoLieve Broncos. Bonix, the ball carrier, is going to retreat back to the 22-yard line. Now turn 1 for Odin and Snuffle. Mr. Rocker Crocker says, I was about to say, asking to utilize a neighbor's driveway isn't that rare, depending on the driveway setup. We did it a lot as I was a kid. Well, today I've learned something. I've never heard of that, ever. God, Brindle. I would be furious if somebody was in my driveway. I understand they ask for permission. That's fine. But, man, I would be so angry. I had someone, this was years ago, somebody had parked, there was no snow or anything on the ground, and somebody had parked right in front of my driveway. I couldn't get out. And I saw them parked there, and I had to leave for work. So I rush outside. I'm like, hey, can you move your car? I got to go to work. And she was like, I won't be too long. And I'm like, you're at your car right now. Just move the car. And she's like, I won't be too long. She was an hour. I was flabbergasted by the interaction. Just get in your car and move it. Cobblesurf says, look, I'm upset and furious if somebody rings at my door with a valid reason. I mean, I kind of am too. SB Beaver says I would have just hit her car. I miss having a jump car that I didn't care about. Yeah, man, I remember those days. I remember somebody parked in such a way that, like, I was parked in a parking garage, and they were over the line, like, on my driver's side, so I couldn't get in. So I get on my passenger side, and I opened up my driver's side door, and I just slammed it into their car. Because I'm an asshole. Cindy Pie Whistle on the bomb toss here. Cindy Pie Whistle continuing the tradition of blowing herself up. That'll be a turnover. Turn 2 for the BoLieve Broncos. That had to have been a 6, right? Yeah, that's why I feared these bomb tosses here with all the disturbing presence on these bloaters. You can see 3 spaces within any of these bloaters, whether they're standing or prone. They're gonna add a -1 to any pass, and it stacks. 2-die blitz against Lindisfarne over in the left wide zone. This will be a pal. There's the armor break. Gets a stun out of this. Cobblesurf says, asking to use my driveway if I had one. That's full meltdown territory. I got upset by a guy who delivered food. And I just wanted it left on the porch. And he called me multiple times And I'm like working. And so I'm like, oh God. So I had to go outside. And he was like, yeah, oh yeah, I just wanted to call, see if you're home, because I got confused because you said you wouldn't be home. And I responded, I was like, I said no such thing. Why would I order food if I'm not, but whatever. I said, I didn't say I wouldn't be home. I said I wanted it on the porch. He's like, yeah, well, I was just confused because I saw your car and you must be home. So I didn't know what to do. And I was like, oh, okay, just give me the food, man. Another stun out of this. Turn 2 back to Odin and Snuffle. The whole reason I wanted it dropped off was because I was in the middle of a meeting. Ball caged up on the Nurgle's 6-yard line. I wonder how many times I'm going to accidentally say Nurgle when I mean Norse and vice versa. I want to sleep with you telling us such nightmare stories. Yeah, I live a terrifying, awful life. I'll tell you another secret. I mean, it's not going to be a secret because I'm going to tell you about how much of a grumpy old man I am. I keep all of the curtains closed except for one in my office because I don't like seeing people outside. So if I see somebody like walking a dog or something, I'm just like, ugh. 24 seconds to go here for Odin and Snuffle. 2-9 blitz against Moob. He's going to get a knockdown out of this. Oh, no, actually, he's probably going to take the push. Yeah, otherwise it'd be a wrestle down. SB Beaver says, I've always thought humanity would be better if there's no people. I look at it like this. I'm like, hey, I'm not going to get skin cancer, I guess. 2-9 against Cauliflower. So these bloaters don't just have disturbing presence; they have a foul appearance as well. So if you try to block them down, you've got to roll a d6, and on a 1, you've lost your opportunity to block or blitz them. Turn 3 now for the BoLieve Broncos. For the Optimist. 2-9 Sydney Pie Whistle. 7+ is going to break armor here, but she stays on the pitch. JD Whitey blitz into double pals against Frizzia. 7+ breaks armor. Just gets a stun out of it. Targeting those Valkyries. Or having those Valkyries targeted, I should say. Very, very dangerous for Odin and Snuffle. So Odin and Snuffle leaving some marks for the Nurgle team. The Nurgle team's happy to take them. Good 2+ dodge to take a mark on Francie, and now 2-9 block against Lozier will be a push. Cobblestorm BB says, one reason I don't get what they're doing with LLMs at the moment. Why make using a machine more like dealing with people? My only problem with LLMs is that they are being, well, I guess it's not my only problem, but I'm second guessing whether I want to invite this conversation. But is that they're being sold as doing all this stuff that they just actually don't do. And so for a lot of it, people are using it. I mean, I've learned something out of this. There are people out there that think the boring part of creativity is creation, you know, which baffles me. An argument I made to someone, I don't remember who, but like with an LLM, like if all we had were Final Fantasies 1 through 6, an LLM is never going to make you you're never going to get Final Fantasy 7 out of that ever. Right? Like that you just won't. It will never do that. Move says, my problem with them as a whole is that they have no idea whether what they're saying is true. They just present it as fact, and it's up to the user to determine. Very true. And the fact that, right, it's very easy to massage those results, right? If I'm, you know, if I'm an organization and I want to bubble up certain results, I can do that. Hey! I can do that, which is terrifying. 10v10 on the pitch now as regen fails on Cauliflower. Cauliflower removed on the Kaz. So got a pal on one of these bloaters. Evening up the playing field, but the ball pretty well behind the defense at this point. Here's the blitz on the ball carrier. One die blitz. Wrestle down and pop the ball out. No, he's going to spend the reroll into a skull. No. Ooh. Could have wrestled the ball out of the hands of Bonix. Was trying for the knockdown. Didn't get it. Turn 4 now for the Broncos. Broncos are going to move the ball down to the opposing 22-yard line, and now to take their blocks. I was going to say blockses. Now to take their blockses. They get a knockdown here at the midfield. Mark Loud will slither over in the left wide zone, marking 2 players, one of which is a lineman, the other is Lindisfarne, the level 2 Ulfwerner. 2-die block against that Ulfwerner is going to be a POW. 7+ to break armor. There it is. Three-die blitz against Cindy Pie Whistle will be a POW, and again looking for a 7+ here, but doesn't get it. Retreats the blitzer back to keep a mark on Francia. 3-die against the beer boar. This is just uncalled for. That was a beer boar. That beer boar could have served all of us. 2-man player advantage now for the Broncos. Good foul here to make it a 3-man player advantage. Getting rid of Francia. Well done. Will not be called off the pitch here. Odin and Nuffle deciding whether to use the Oppo or not. I think they should. They will indeed. And unfortunately, the Apothecary has said, listen, the best I can do is kill her. Do you want me to kill her? Clammy said, no. No, I guess not. Oh, he does get called off here. Where did he roll on the armor value? Or on the armor break. All right. So 2-man player advantage, but that's a great, great trade for the Nurgle team. Turn 4 now for Odin and Nuffle. It was my first foul, ref. Yeah, getting rid of that Valkyrie is huge here for the Broncos. Army Dave UK, welcome to the stream. That's how you know we have the best refs in the business. He doesn't even have to be looking at the game to know when a foul has occurred. That's right. You need to set up a screen. You need to just point into the crowd. 2-die blitz by Frisia after the 2+ dodge. This is going to be a push. I don't know if he follows up here or not. He's not going to follow up. Might try to dodge. No, it doesn't have any movement left. Tough position for the Norse. At this point, they're looking to force this ball into the end zone. They have a number of players with Frenzy. They can try to leverage Frenzy on a new drive to try to open up lanes against these Pestigors. Or to break down, when they're on offense on the next drive, try to break down the defensive formation. But still, big problem with that is that they've got to follow up. And the Nurgle team's not going to give them free lunch on that follow-up. So, really, really risky business here for Odin and Nuffle. Odin and Nuffle back on the bonus clock. They've spent a minute. Plenty of time left on that clock here for the duration of the game. They only have one reroll for the half, though. Failed the 3+ dodge. They're not going to spend the reroll here. Armor break into a stun. Second quarter is going to begin with the BoLieve Broncos on the 22-yard line. Bonix is going to shift the ball over to the left side of the pitch, and now 2-die on Frisia is a pal by move. 8+ breaks armor on the last remaining Valkyrie on the pitch, but there's no armor break. Rushes to take a mark on Cindy. 2-die against the rookie lineman number 11. Gets a push out of this. Double skulls will be re-rolled by JD Morg Killer Whitey into a push. Mark Cloud to mark that Valkyrie. Remember, those tentacles means that Valkyrie might not get away. Also, great positioning here by the Nurgle team. Even if that Valkyrie were to get away, granted she has an edge of 2+, but every dodge is a -1, making that a 3+ dodge at least. Turn 5 now for Odin and Nuffle. Another consideration here for both of these teams. Both of these teams, of course, looking to become the Dungeonbowl champion, but if they can't, they've both qualified for the Blood Bowl, so these teams need to be kept healthy for their first round in the Blood Bowl. Of course, the BoLieve Broncos have qualified for the upper bracket, so they'll get some time off while the lower brackets play out. But Odin and Nuffle, they'll have to get through a number of teams before they can reach that upper bracket. Healthy is not what Nuffle asks for. 50 seconds left on the clock for Odin and Nuffle. After this score, Cindy Pie Whistle is going to be called off the pitch. The ref will become wise to the fact that she's carrying a bunch of bombs rather than delicious pies. But of course, Clypheus will have an opportunity to argue that with the ref and keep her on the pitch for another drive. The problem is that's going to be a one-turn drive more than likely. Here's a POW against Ajax the Riot. Tentacles works out on the 5+ on the blitz, so gets the knockout on Ajax, but now Frisia stuck in place. She's like, come on! Odin Nuffle back on the bonus clock. 6 minutes, 14 seconds to go. 2-die uphill against Freezing Star. This will be a both standing result. And now another uphill against Run Bad will be a push. Putting faith in Nuffle here, trying to get some knockdowns, clear up some players, maybe get some removals. Another uphill, this time against Mark Cloud. Boy, oh boy, Nuffle provides, eh? Oh, Nuffle provides! Holy smokes on the uphill block! Oh, the big guy out of the game! 2-die uphill works out. Gets the armor break and the removal. Holy smokes! Tentacles no longer able to lock down the Valkyrie, or should I say Valkyrie, the single Valkyrie. Reroll here into a push. JD Whitey on the block. And now a 2-die against Iona. This will be a knockdown. Move says missing next game as well. That's huge. That is indeed. That means the big guy will not be available for the finals unless, of course, the Broncos hire a new one and fire the old one. Mr. Rocker Crocker says, that is the risk you run when you stall, folks. Yes, indeed it is. I know that lesson very well. Turn 6 now for Odin and Nuffle. SB Beaver says, in that case, is why you keep your tentacles to yourself. Stand up blitz against move will be a push by Frisia. Might spend the reroll here, just hunt for the knockdown. Yeah, he's going to spend the reroll. That'll be a wrestle down. So both players will go to the ground. There'll be no armor break. Eight removals so far here in the first half. Cindy Pie Whistle dodges away to safety. She's like, yeah, I'm good, guys. I'm just gonna stand here. Listen, we're good, right? I'm good. We're good. I'll bake you something delicious. Turn 7 now for the Broncos. A 2-die by Vastaman against the number 11 lineman. Two-die blitz on the number 7 lineman. This will be a POW. There's the armor break. Gets a stun out of this. 7+ to break armor. Continuing to take blocks. Gets the knockdown on Iona, the number 2 Wolfwearner. Move back a space, just trying to keep the Valkyrie out of the drive. Here's the foul. 2 assists on this foul. Gets a stun out of it, but does not get called off the pitch. Learned the lesson from the first foul. Put a bunch of players between the ref and the fouler. The ref couldn't see anything. Can a pie be delivered to the ball carrier from there? Sure. Sure, it'd be a long pass. Two-die blitz on Freezing Star. Breaks armor. Gets a stun. Iona, the level 4 Ulfwearner. This is the killer piece for Odin. It's Nuffle. Block, Mighty Blow, Tackle, and Frenzy. 2 rushes to mark the ball carrier by Cindy Pie Whistle. She's going to try to earn her keep here. Turn 8 for the BoLieve Broncos. Oh, and it's Nuffle looking for double skulls. The push will be enough. What's the knockdown? All right. There's the armor break. Gets a stun out of this. With no rerolls left, Bonex will probably put this ball into the end zone. Oh, it looks like BB Nut. He's going to dance. Dance into the end zone. There it is, 1-0. The Broncos take the lead. 1 turn left here in the first half, unless there's a timeout. Hey, it's the Broncos cheerleaders. I don't know how to interpret that. Did nobody come back? Did everybody come back? Did nobody come back? Cindy Pie Whistle out of the game. The ref finally caught on to her shenanigans. So it's still going to be 11v11. Actually, it's 11v10. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11v10. One-man player advantage now. Why can't I count? It's 10v10? Really? It's 10v10? Really? 10v10 on the pitch. All right. 10v10 with 1 turn remaining unless there's a timeout. And I think Odin and Nuffle probably praying for the timeout at this point. SB Beaver says you mispronounced it's the best cheerleaders. That's right. I think it's confusing with this angle, at least for me, because they're so packed in tightly here, right? And the icon is like quote unquote over their head, but at this angle, it kind of makes it look like it's on the next space, you know? Nobody back to receive this ball. If there's a timeout, Odin and Snuffle is going to be annoyed, I think. Four bloaters with an AV-10. Of course you want to block them down, but I really think you want to play for that timeout. You don't want to lose that opportunity. .34 seconds to go for Odin and Snuffle. So nobody back to receive the kick. Here we go. JG Weather's going to scatter the ball or bounce the ball 1 more space. So no scoring here for Odin and Snuffle. At least I don't think so. 2-die against Run Bad will be a knockdown by Frisia. No armor break. Oh, does he have a 1 turn? This is the AV. Oh, no, this is not the MA9 player. He would need 4 pushes out of this. Not going to work when you fail the foul appearance roll. 2-die against Grave Mistake will be a push, I wager. Okay, it's going to be a both standing result. Fails the foul appearance roll again. And now a pal finally on Grave Mistake, looking for a big 10 plus. Nothing left to do here, really, except, well, he's got a blitz on the table. Setting up for the foul, perhaps? Gets a knockdown here. If he can get an armor break, there's 2 injuries on Vastaman. Doesn't work out. 1. Yeah, here's the foul. Come on. 3 assists on the foul here. Doesn't get anything out of it. Got called off the pitch. What does... Look, man, it's the semifinals. Everybody's up their game, including the refs. 1-0 at the half. Odin and Nuffle will be on offense to start the second half of this game. They're not out of this game by any amount, or by any... What's the turn of phrase? They're not out of this game. They're not out of this game. It's 0-1. Even if they just score at the end of the half, or by the end of the half, this game will go to overtime. By any stretch of the imagination. Thank you. By any, you know... 9 on the pitch for the defense currently. 2-man player advantage for Odin and Nuffle. They have 1 Valkyrie left for the game. And it's not their fast Valkyrie, but it is their strength 4 Edge 2 Valkyrie. Ten on defense. What? Oh, I got tricked. I got tricked. Hidden behind the icons. 1-man player advantage for Odin and Nuffle. El Numerino, welcome to the stream. Rooting for this Norse offense. What am I going to eat for lunch today? I'm going to order something. I don't know what. Hey, Jackson Ryan says I'm very sneaky like that. Here's the kick. No kicker on the defense. Great kick here. Great, jeez. Great kick. Kicked the ball all the way to the 24-yard line and granted an extra re-roll by Nuffle. The BoLieve Broncos up to 4 re-rolls for the game. Spire says, just got here. Is Francia dead yet? Francia is injured. Again. But not dead. Welcome to the stream, Spire. Two-die block against Vastaman on the right side of the line. Takes the both standing results here. The apothecary gave him the option of dying. It's like, listen, do you want to be injured or do you want to be dead? Two-die blitz against Winter Gus, the rookie lineman. No armor break by the White Dwarf. White Dwarf with a strength of 3. But is a dwarf, so AV 10 plus, has thick skull, is very resilient. Also has Dauntless. Two-die block against Vastaman again here. This will be a push. Seconds on the clock for Odin and Nuffle. So it looks like they're trying to enclose the offensive line. Those 3 Pestigors will be a problem for them. We'll see if those Pestigors apply any early pressure or not. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Lost the blitz on the foul appearance. Here we go. Oh, no, the blitz was with the White Dwarf. Filling in the gap by the left guard. Now a 2-die against Freezing Star will be a push. Odin and Nuffle back on the bonus clock. They're down to 4 minutes 45 seconds. Gonna try to pick this ball up on a 2+. There it is, no problem. There's 2 more spaces of movement left with Frizzia. We'll move the ball up to the 20-yard line. And that'll be the turn. Turn 9 now for the BoLieve Broncos. They're in the lead 1-0. They picked up an extra re-roll. Praise Nuffle. They're down a single player. And now to take their blocks. A POW against Armand. There's the armor break. Right in the face. 10v10 on the pitch. Double POWs against the rookie number 12, Svold. Another armor break. Two-die blitz against number 11. Got the POW here. 7+ breaks armor by JD Whitey. No armor break. So now JD Morg Killer Whitey in position to start threatening that ball. .46 seconds on the clock here for the Broncos. Blitz has been spent. Turn 10 now for Odin and Nuffle. Odin and Nuffle has spent this game being very aggressive against the Snurgle team, and often a Norse team does want to be aggressive. They are a team with a lot of block and frenzy. They want to be rolling block dice. But as we said in the pregame, I don't know. Strategically, I'm unconvinced against this Norse team. I say as they remove another bloater. Well done. Well done by Odin. It's Nuffle. Regen does not kick in. And now back to a one-man player advantage for Odin. It's Nuffle. Look at this. Mr. Rocker Crocker demanding death. Look, like 5 injuries across the board here. 3 against the Nurgle team, 2 against the Norse team. It's been a very, very aggressive ball game. Mark's taking over in the left wide zone. 2-die block against Michael Phelps. Will be a knockdown. Looking for a 9+. Got it! Oh! A 2-man player advantage now for Odin. It's Nuffle. The aggression working out after a fashion. 2-die block against Grave Mistake will be a push. Where did Dauntless come from? Did I miss the kickoff event? Oh, this is Gromandal. Yeah. SP Beaver says better to play for OT and try to get the ball back. I think that's exactly what he's trying to do. But the ball carrier just hanging out by her lonesome. And now it's going to move up to the Norse 6-yard line over in the left wide zone. I think it's time. I think it's time to draw on the screen. Here's where the protection is, right here. There's a player here, a pivotal player right here. We might see some movement in this direction. The ball carrier pretty exposed, but lots of space between the defense and the ball carrier currently. Two die block against Iona. Here's the knockdown. And now a two die against Bordeaux. El Numerino with the sub. Thank you very much. 42 months. Unbelievable. Thank you very, very much for your kindness and your generosity. I appreciate it. One minute to go here in turn 10. One die block by JD Whitey. Got the POW against Lozier. Here comes that pressure. Two rushes to mark the ball carrier. Well done. Run bad. Now marking the ball carrier. Big time blitz. Fails the dodge. A number of dodges and rushes. Got the POW against Frisia. And the ball's going to be knocked out of the hands of the ball carrier onto the 10-yard line. Handful of 2+s into a 2-die blitz due to horns. Got the POW here. Turn 11 for Odin. It's Nuffle. This is the Edge to Valkyrie. It'll be a 2+ dodge to a 2+ pickup. But then the question is, where do you go from there? I think they might just try to pass this ball. We'll see. Wessex, is Wessex going to pick up sure feet? Wessex does not. Mighty blow against Bonix. Going after Bonix here. Needs an 8+. Doesn't get it. Oh, man. Here's a blitz by the White Dwarf against Moob. Break. No armor break. 4, 5, 6, 7. The best they can do is the opposing 2-yard line. Good pickup. They're going to stay on their own 4-yard line. Holy moly. Turn 11 as Odin It's Nuffle. Praise to Nuffle. The BoLieve Broncos take a 2-die against Bordeaux back at center field. They break armor. There's the removal. What's the player count at this point? 2, 5, 6, 7, 8 versus 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it's 8v9. Here's the 2-die blitz against Frisia. Just a push. Strips the ball out of the hands of Frisia. Move on the blitz. Move with strip ball. Strips the ball out of the hands of the ball carrier, but the ball carrier picks it right back up after the bobble. Frisia locked down on the left sideline. Another removal here for the Nurgle team. The Norsemen dwindling. Turn 12 for Odin. It's Nuffle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 versus 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8v8. Pivotal turn here for Odin and Nuffle. They've got to get this ball secure. Straight dodge would be a 4+ right now. 2-die block against JD Whitey is a push. Blitz still available. Currently a 1 die against Bonix right now. If the why is that a 2? Oh, she's strength 4. It's a 2 die. Why no blitz? I'm so scared. All right, so I'll block by the ball carrier to get off the sideline, but just gets a push out of this. Here's the blitz. 2 die blitz against Bonix. We'll get the knockdown here. Oh, I thought for sure. Oh! Got a stun out of this. Oh! Wow, 2 great armor breaks here for Odin Nuffle. 1 on Bonix. Bonix out for a turn, and 1 on Winter Gust, the rookie lineman, marking Frizia from behind. Now Frizia cleared. Turn 12 for the Broncos. Wow. No rerolls remaining for the Broncos for the rest of the game. Final turn of the 3rd quarter. Odin Nuffle down a touchdown. They're on the opposing 2-yard line. Armor break on the right side of the line will be a stun. Two die blitz by JD Moore Killer Whitey against Lozier. Gets a pal, but no armor break. And now repositioning JD Whitey back into the secondary to try to play some defense here. Move on the 2+ dodge to a rush. 2+ dodge due to 2 heads, and now turn 13 for Odin Nuffle. It is the 4th quarter of this game, folks. Odin Nuffle down a touchdown. They're in possession of the ball. They've removed a number of these Nurgle players. Importantly, there's 3 Pestigors on the pitch still. 2 die block against Run Bad will be a knockdown. Oh, an armor break. Gets a stun. That's 1 player they don't have to worry about. The linemen are slow. They're only MA5, but with these 2 stuns here and with a stun here, if they can get this ball downfield, they might only be looking at a Pestigor or 2. So if they can keep this ball safe, maybe with a half cage, they might be able to pull this off. Ball carrier blitz on JD Whitey. 2 die blitz. Got the knockdown. 8+ thanks to the White Dwarf. No armor break, but that's 3 MA eaten up. And now Frizzy is going to end up on the 14-yard line. Oh, man. Here comes the protection. Is it going to be a dodge away by Canterbury? He's going to stay where he is. No, he's got Svold here. But that's a 3+ dodge. Why was that not a... Oh, it's not a dodge. He went this way. All right, that's not bad. So the protection set up here by Odin Nuffle. They're on the opposing 14-yard line. Oh, my word. Clypheus praying to Nuffle every single turn. It's in the name of the team. Stand up blitz. JD Whitey on the 2 die blitz. Gets the knockdown. 7+ is what he's looking for. There it is. Gets a stun. And now a mark on the ball carrier. Will he answer his own prayers? Couple of rushes to play some defense here. Moob gets in front of the ball carrier. The Valkyrie is currently in scoring position. 4+ dodge by Winter Gust does not work out. Turn 14 for Odin Nuffle. Oh, man. Two rerolls. Strength 4 adds 2 on the ball carrier. Clypheus is going to spend some time here figuring out where they want this ball carrier to go. Almost certain. Well, I don't want to say almost certainly, but very likely to be a blitz by the ball carrier here. Currently looking at a 1 die against JD Whitey. I'm sorry, a 2 die against JD Whitey. JD Whitey does not have the dodge skill. A blitz by standing still would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rush. So a 2 die blitz with a rush, or a 2 die blitz follow up to a 2 die dodge, provided they can get the knockdown on JD Whitey. If they don't get the knockdown on JD Whitey, we're probably looking at a 2+2+. Ah! The 1 die block on Bonix does not get the knockdown, but now it's just, oh, that's the same thing, except you're clearing the block roll. So now it's a 2+. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's just a 2+. It's a 2+ to score for Odin and Nuffle. Back on the bonus clock. Under 4 minutes on the bonus clock for Odin and Nuffle. Oh my God. I'm going to have a heart attack. 2 rerolls remaining for Odin and Nuffle. Could they be looking to get rid of Bonix? Two 2+s here. One way or another. 2+ dodge away. And then another 2+ dodge away. Or a 2+ dodge to the blitz where they don't follow up, and then a 2+ rush. Almost a full minute of deliberation here by Clypheus. Down to a little more than 3 minutes on the bonus clock. They want this turn to count. They want to make sure it is perfect. And so they're taking their time, but this bonus clock will not replenish in overtime. Oh God, there's the failed dodge. Has to spend the reroll. Just gonna dodge, does not try to surf the ball, or surf move the Pestigore, and will get into the end zone and tie this game 1-1. Holy moly. Look at, she's covered in blood. Oh no. 2 KOs do not come back. No KOs come back for either team here. And now 3 turns left for the BoLieve Broncos to try to win this game with no rerolls remaining unless Nuffle provides one. 9 on the pitch for Odin. It's Nuffle. 8 on the pitch, I think. Yes, 8 on the pitch for the BoLieve Broncos. Holy moly. Electric Man says not surfing could be costly later. It could indeed be costly later. That would have been a 2-die blitz, and then instead of dodging away from move, it would have been a 2+ rush. Ajax the Ride says Nuffle's going to provide. He has to. So 1-man player advantage for the Norseman here. Tied ball game 1-1 with 3 turns left for the Broncos. No kicker for the Norse. I wish we could see where he wants to put this ball. Oh, wow. A high kick for the Broncos. So they're going to get an opportunity. Oh, wow. That's a great kickoff for, event for the BoLieve Broncos with no rerolls remaining. They got an opportunity to catch that ball for free. Turn 14. Spire says, this is going to kick, says it's traditional. Here are the marks. 2-die blitz by J.D. Whitey on the right side against Wessex. Gets a pal. 7+ will break armor. No armor break. Trying to enclose the defense. SP Beaver rooting for the defense. Huge kickoff event there for the Broncos. They get the ball up to their own 4-yard line over in the right wide zone. They're trying to control the right wide zone with 2 turns remaining. Turn 15 for Odin and Snuffle. Moves demanding death. 1 lineman at midfield here to block away. Double pals against Ajax the Riot. 7+ is going to break armor. There's the armor break. Gets a stun. Oh, yeah, they're 9+. Thank you. I'm a tank. You can't take me down. There's a mark on J.D. Whitey. Bordeaux, the rookie lineman, taking the mark on the number 2 Pestigore. Mighty blow blitz here thanks to the White Dwarf. 2-die blitz on J.D. Whitey. Gets a push. Oh, he uses the final team reroll. Got the pal. 8+ to break armor. I hope it's worth it. That's a big expense. Breaks armor. Gets a stun. That could be worth it with 2 turns left. Spent the final reroll there on the Mighty Blow blitz. Mighty Blow given by the White Dwarf. Five seconds on the clock for Odin. It's Nuffle. Another mark taken by Frisia to get the 2-die against Run Bad. This will be a push. Probably pushes Frizzy out to cover the sideline. No. So Frizzy is going to remain marked here by Run Bad. Turn 15 for the Broncos. 2-die against Canterbury will be a pal. There's the armor break. That's a player that is effectively out for the rest of the half, perhaps the game. Oh my word. Ball carrier blitz. 2-die blitz against Lozier. Double skulls by Bonix! Double skulls on the blitz. Turn 16! Ball carrier blitz does not work out. The ball's going to end up on the Nurgle 2-yard line. Is anybody in scoring position? I don't think so. Oh, whoa! Odin, it's Nuffle with this very aggressive play style. Has somehow pulled it out here and tied the game in turn 16. Unless some magic happens, we're going to overtime. And this coin toss is going to be very, very important. Oh my goodness. Sets up for the 2-die against Moob. The White Dwarf is going to give Mighty Blow, no doubt. 2-die Mighty Blow block will be a push. And he'll stay. He's going to follow up. Follows up. Oh, no. Hey! Oh, couldn't pick up the ball. But that's all right, Grumbundle. The White Dwarf is there to show you how it's done. Double pals on the stand-up blitz by JD Whitey. Looking for some removals as we're about to go into overtime. Remember, the bonus clocks will not reset, nor will the rerolls. Whoever wins the coin toss is undoubtedly going to choose to be on offense. Oh, man, oh, man. What a game this has been so far. 99, I believe, on the pitch right now. We'll see. The Broncos win the coin toss, so they're going to be on offense. This is not sudden death. BBNet always wins the coin toss to receive an OT. So it's going to be 10v9 on the pitch. One-man player advantage for Odin. It's Nuffle. This is a full, quote-unquote, half. This is going to be a full 8 turns. No rerolls remaining. 2 minutes, 25 seconds on the bonus clock for Odin and Snuffle. A full 7:30 on the bonus clock for the BoLieve Broncos. Winning that coin toss, huge, with all 3 Pestigores taking to the pitch. They will be down a single player, but they're going to get the strike first, and they're going to get the ball. Oh, my goodness. So the aggression of Odin and Snuffle has paid off here as they've taken this game to overtime, but now they're going to have to defend. There is another option. If you want to go full Nuffle, right? Because it's a full 8 turns, it's not overtime. You could draw this out and it could go to kicks. Changing weather is going to scatter that ball one more space. It's going to be kicked to the opposing 22-yard line on that left sideline. Scary spot for that ball to be. Sure hands will help, but there's a 3 in 8 chance that ball goes out of bounds. Never go full Nuffle. 2-die block here by grave mistake after the push. Will be a knockdown. No armor break. Pulling players back to get some protection on the ball. Wrestled to the ground here by the blitzer Moob. Here's the ball pickup attempt. 3+ does not work out. Sure hands does work out. And now the Broncos in possession on their own 20. I don't even know what to say at this point. The aggression has paid off for Odin and Snuffle. We'll see if they keep that aggression up here. They still have a Valkyrie on the pitch, arguably the most important player for that team on the pitch right now. Suppose you could argue the White Dwarf also pretty important. Filling in the gap against the line. The White Dwarf handing Mighty Blow to the rookie lineman. It's not going to matter. Just gets a push out of this. Two-die with Dauntless. This will be a push. Pushing the Nurgle team back. Defense spread pretty wide here. They're going to take a mark against Grave Mistake. They still have their blitz. It'll be a 2-die blitz against Grave Mistake. By whom? Probably one of these linemen. Here it comes. 2-die blitz. Got through foul appearance. Got the POW. Big 10 plus to break armor here. Doesn't get it. .27 seconds left on the clock. Remember, the bonus clock did not replenish. They have just 2 minutes, 25 seconds on the bonus clock for the duration of the game. No rerolls for either team makes action order absolutely paramount here. If you go with a risky die roll at the beginning of your turn, you fail that die roll, you have no out, you have no escape. That is the end of your turn. Odin and Nuffle back on the bonus clock. 2:20 to go. Frizia, the safety, shifts over to the left a couple of spaces. Turn 18 for the Broncos. The ball on their own 20-yard line. We get started with a blitz. 2-die blitz against Bordeaux into double pals. Needs a 7+ here. Got the 7+. There's the removal. All tied up on the pitch. (9v9) on the pitch as the ball advances to the Nurgle 10-yard line. A 2-die against the number 11 lineman. This will be a knockdown. Again, 8+ on almost all of these players to break, on all of these Norsemen to try to break armor, but doesn't get it there. Turn 8 for Odin, it's Nuffle. Oh, man. Number 11 moves in to take a mark on this offensive line. Doesn't quite have the block on move here. It's a 3v4 at the moment, thanks to guard. I mean, I suppose he does have Dauntless. there is that. But even so, that would just make it a 1-die. Here's the blitz on Ajax the right. Just gets a push out of this. Frenzy follow-up into a push. Boy. 2-die Frenzy blitz into a 1-die Frenzy follow-up. Using Frenzy here to try to recover some pitch, right? He came in this direction, and now he's set up like so. Spreading out a bit here, forcing this offense to spread out or collapse. If the offense collapses, the defense will have an opportunity to try to break the cage. That's right, Telestrator of Doom now in effect. 1-die block on move. This will be a push. So got the assist here. And now Dauntless on Grave Mistake. The White Dwarf putting in a ton of work for Odin and Nuffle. I dare say that was a better pick. I would have gone with Griff, but I think the White Dwarf has proven just how effective it can be in this matchup. Did I just call him an it? Turn 19 now for the Broncos. 2-die against Wessex will be a push. Freezing Star on the block. JD Whitey blitz into a knockdown. Again, looking for a 7. JD Whitey got the removal. Well done. 1-man player advantage now for the BoLieve Broncos. JD Whitey, the killer, has been killing. Another removal for the killer Pestigore. No rerolls makes it so scary. Gets a knockdown here. Wow, great armor break. Oh, 2-man player advantage now for the Broncos. This is significant. At lower and lower numbers, these removals become more and more significant, all things considered. If we exclude, teams that have like really, really important players like a Necro team or maybe a Wood Elf team, all things being equal, the smaller the teams get, the greater the effect of that player advantage is. That's what he gets for pushing me twice. Turn 19 for Odin and Nuffle. Mighty Blow Blitz against JD Whitey. Just gets a push out of this. Doesn't dare to follow up, but now Frisia exposed. Frisia exposed to JD Whitey. Dodge will be negated by tackle. Cobblestorm says Broncos are back in their element. Said element being the opposing team's innards. Under a minute to play here for Odin and Nuffle. Their prayers to Nuffle may have just run out. They're continuing to keep this defense spread wide, and they're continuing to take marks, but that's more blocks they're going to give up to this Nurgle team. Wrestle down to the ground against Moob. Over on the left side of the line. 26 seconds to go. 1 die against Run Bad will be a push. And now a 2 die against Freezing Star will be a knockdown by Grombrindal himself. Breaks armor. Gets a stun out of this. Wow. Turn 20 for the Broncos. Not a bad stun at all here for Odin and Nuffle. The ball carrier shifts back over into left wide zone. Bonix with that extra point of movement, extra couple of points of movement, moves up to the opposing Nurgle 2-yard line. Great stun here by JD Whitey against Frisia. Frisia might be out for the rest of the drive. Stunned next turn. And then on turn 21, we'll have lost 3 points of MA standing back up. So if Bonix can get away, Frisia won't be able to catch up. Turn 20 for Odin and Nuffle. SP Beaver says Clypheus is really softening BB Nut up for Moob. Wessex moves to the left to take a mark against Ajax the Riot. One minute, 15 seconds to go here for Odin and Nuffle. They have been going toe-to-toe with this Nurgle team, and they're starting to feel the pain. It's worked out in the first 2 halves of this game, but really starting to feel it here in overtime as they're running out of players. 50 seconds to go for Odin and Snuffle. Well, they've got to pray big here. They're going to take the blitz on Moob, and unfortunately, this is going to be a push, I think. No, he's going to take the wrestle down here. So trying to keep Moob from moving with Bonix, but now that's another player that's unavailable to react to this upcoming turn 21 by the offense. 2 die block against Ajax the Riot. Just can't knock Ajax down. Gets a push here. And now may have opened up a lane here if Bonix dares to dodge. But doesn't necessarily have to. They can block down Svold, the rookie lineman, here on turn 21 and move the ball downfield. We'll see what the Broncos want to do. Ajax the Riot says, I'm the silent MVP. Moving players downfield. Stand-up blitz. 2-die blitz against Canterbury. Will be a POW. 8+ breaks armor. Now can shift this ball to the right and move it up here. I don't know. I don't know if the Broncos can get the Broncos. I don't know if the Norsemen can really get back there. Moved ahead to the 10-yard line, the opposing 10-yard line, took a step back to the 8. 1 die against number 9 will be a skull. That's going to free up number 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it can happen for Odin and Nuffle, and I think it has to. Can meaning dice on the ball. We'll see what happens here for Odin and Nuffle on turn 21. As after that aggression here by the defense, the Sturgill team was able to shift the ball back here and get the protection in place. After 3 players for the defense were dedicated to covering the left wide zone and the sideline. Ajax the Right says, look, I can't do everything. Oh, no. Wessex on the block against grave mistake, fails the foul appearance roll. That's a significant loss there. Now gets the PAL here finally. SB Beaver invoking the Telestrator of Doom. But that's 1 less player they get to reposition with. Good chain push to get a mark on the ball carrier, but Canterbury, it's not long for this world, I think. Oh boy, 1 die blitz is going to work out. Really wants an armor break. Doesn't get it. Doesn't get it. Another mark on the ball carrier. That's going to more than likely be a 2-die blitz by the ball carrier against Armaw. But we'll see what happens. A rush by Frizia. Bonix currently in scoring position as Mr. Rocker Crocker prays to Nuffle. So deciding not to blitz here on the ball carrier and instead blitz the corner of the cage to get a second mark. Tried to dodge out the dwarf. That's going to fail. Turn 22 to the Broncos. Calliopeus praying to Nuffle big here. Hoping for skulls. Broncos with good action order. Locking out the number 5 Valkyrie from the drive. Spires chanting double skulls. Double skulls. What would Pips Pippy do? 2-die blitz. Russell's going to save him here. He's going to knock down Canterbury. That's 1 player down. Here's the blitz. That's enough to knock down Armaw. Breaks armor. Great armor break as well. Will it be a rush to score? Or is he going to try to stall this out for a turn? I think he's going to try to stall this out. Yeah. Moves the ball down to the opposing 18-yard line. Those marks did not work out. Turn 22 for Odin. It's Nuffle. They can technically get at the ball, but it is so difficult at this point. This is going to have to be a true Hail Mary play by Odin and Snuffle at this point. The White Dwarf takes a mark on Winter Gust over on the right side of the formation. Nobody's really available to get at this ball. I mean, he can technically do it. Mr. Rocker Crocker says, getting 2 to 3 players removed and not rolling a single pal in the following turn really hurt the Norse. Spire says, can I request to face the 4 remaining Norsemen in round 1 of the Blood Bowl? You can certainly request it. It'll be up to chance. Actually, yeah, it'll be up to chance. BB Nut says, I don't say this enough, I love JD Moore Killer Whitey. It'll be up to chance, but the Norsemen will be in a lower bracket, so... A random upper bracket team will face that lower bracket player, or that lower bracket team. If the BoLieve Broncos win this game, 15 teams qualify for the Blood Bowl, our biggest yet. If Odin It's Nuffle wins this game, 7 teams qualify. Odin and Snuffle on the bonus clock. Here it is! Going for the big play! Oh, man, just got a push! He's got to follow up here. Wow! Prayed to Nuffle, but not quite enough. And now the ball carrier on the opposing 20-yard line. Just a push will be enough to free the ball carrier. Moob says 15 teams will qualify. Yes, they will. Tried to dodge out one last player. Turn 23 for the Broncos. The Broncos will almost certainly be able to stall this out for one more turn. Mr. Rocker Crocker rooting for the Norse defense. Here's the blitz. That is enough. JD Moore Killer Whitey looking for a 7+, but doesn't get it. That's fine. Moves the ball over to the right. Yes, indeed. The Broncos will stall this out for one more turn before getting into the end zone on turn 24. There'll be one turn left for the Norse. They will not be able to score unless they get a timeout. So at this point, Clypeus is praying desperately for that. This is a great foul attempt here by BB Nut. Doesn't get anything out of it. Tudai against Canterbury is a both standing result. Keeping players locked up. Turn 23 for Odin and Snuffle. They cannot get at the ball carrier. Grombendal can arguably get there. I mean, if you thought that last play was praying to Nuffle, this is seeing how devout you really are if he wants to try to take the mark with Grombendal. I mean, why not? 2-die uphill against Run Pad, it's gonna work out. Oh, my word. What? So not going to try to mark the ball carrier. I guess he still can. I didn't even see the 3+ drunkard mark. Okay. Okay. Oh, an uphill against move will be a skull. Turn 24 for the Oh, that's another removed player. Not looking good for the Norse team. Turn 24 for the Broncos. They've just got to blitz away Canterbury. And they will take the lead in this ballgame 2-1. That will do it. The Broncos take the lead 2-1 in this semifinal matchup. Unless there is a timeout, the Broncos will have won this game. What a hard-fought game, my word. Odin and Nuffle playing a very, very... Oh, good. Oh, good. Played a very, very aggressive game here that had worked out for the first 16 turns of this game, but finally fell apart on them here in overtime. No KOs. They don't. No. Okay. All right. 5v9. It's cool. 5v9. They do have Frisia. Frisia going up on the line. What? Right. Frisia. That's fine. Frisia has to run the ball. Right at center. Needs the timeout here. Playing pretty short. Knows that the opposing team doesn't have a kicker. Hoping for a short kick. If this is not a timeout, the game is over. It is over! The BoLieve Broncos, for the third time this season, will make the finals against the NC Snakes. The NC Snakes have a third chance at redemption here in a finals. This time, the Dungeonbowl. Can they pull out a victory against the BoLieve Broncos? Oh, man. And now Odin and Nuffle just trying to apply a lot of pain to this opposing team before they end the game. Not just that, but they're trying to pick up some SPP because Odin and Nuffle will qualify for the Blood Bowl. SPP says, are we sure the Blood Bowl needs more than 2 coaches? Holy smokes. What a game this was, man. We'll try to pick up the ball and pass for some SPP, I wager. Or he's thinking about doing that or fouling. But I think you don't get any SPP for a foul. So yeah, he's going to pick the ball up. Try to do the quick pass. Works out. That's a point of SPP on Canterbury. Well done to end this game. Man. Oh, so hard fought. Oh, boy. What an aggressive game. I mean, look at these sidelines. Cobblestorm says, don't you dare try robbing us of one more game of glorious combos. Oh, man, and that will do it for this semifinal. The BoLieve Broncos yet again making the finals to face off against the NC Snakes. Yet again, it'll be the NC Snakes moves Dark Elf team versus the BoLieve Broncos. BB Nuts, Nurgle team. The Broncos, the current Chaos Cup champions, the current Spike Magazine trophy champions. They're looking to become the Dungeonbowl champions as well. And if they could pull that off, they're going to be looking to take the whole thing as league champions as well. That was a ton of fun. Man, that was so much fun. After this game, the finals, scheduling for the finals will begin. Coaches will begin scheduling their finals game here. And when those games get scheduled, or when that game gets scheduled, you'll be able to check out and get alerted to that schedule on our website at maml.club. That's MAML.CLUB, here on Twitch or on our social media pages on Blue Sky, X, and Facebook. You can also watch previous games on our YouTube channel. If you want to hang out and sign up for our next season, there's a link in the Discord to come hang out. You can wait for the next season to begin. Instructions will be posted when registration opens. If not, you can hit me up on AV Unit 2. You can just ask to be put on the reminder list. And when registration opens, I will personally remind you, and I'll tell you how to sign up. It's super duper easy to do. Whether you play with us or not, you got to play this game. This game is awesome. You can play Blood Bowl via Blood Bowl 3 on Steam, the Epic Game Store, PlayStation, and Xbox, and in tabletop form at your friendly local game store. Electric Man says, so what teams are in the Blood Bowl? So the teams that have now qualified for the Blood Bowl are currently in the winners bracket, the BoLieve Broncos, coached by BB Nutt. Currently in the runners-up bracket, the NC Snakes, coached by Moob. The NC Snakes could bump up to the winners bracket if they win against the Broncos. In the third place bracket will be the Blitzburg Steelers, coached by JD Whitey. Odinitz Nuffle, coached by Clypheus. MAML Nightmare, coached by Festoon. Odinitz Nuffle, of course, a Norse team. MAML Nightmare, a Necro team. The Pip Stars, coached by Dead Fred, that's a Lizard team. Technobabble Incorporated, coached by me, that's a human team. And then in the fifth place bracket, we have the Fishy Fiends, coached by Ajax, that's a Chaos Renegades team. The Gutterballs, coached by El Nubarino, that's an Orc team. Philosopher Song, coached by Spire, a Lizard team. Conspicuous Disunion, coached by Chime, that's a Necro team. The Tizork Savage Boys, coached by Tizzle Bizzle, that's an Orc team. The Discomancers, coached by Ian, that's a Necro team. And then finally, in the ninth place bracket in round number 1, we have Entanglements, coached by Con Kill. That is I think that's a Nobility team. And then the Goner Gets, coached by Cobblestorm. That is a Gabo team. So those are the teams advancing to the Blood Bowl. One more game left in the Dungeon Bowl, and then we'll probably have a week off or so, and then we'll start we'll get the Blood Bowl underway. Move said, did I miss Mammal Nightmare in the third place bracket? You did indeed. Mammal Nightmare is in the third place bracket. Oh man, all right. That's gonna do it tonight. Thank you very much for watching. I had a blast. BB Nuts says the Norse are 930 TV. And I can't wait to see how these finals shape up. And we'll see you back here for the Dungeon Bowl finals. Until then, take care, everybody, and enjoy the rest of the weekend. We're going to see if there's somebody to raid. If there is, we'll raid them. If not, we'll just play out the outro. Take care, everybody.